There are far more people who are rich and anonymous than there are people who flaunt their Lamborghinis that they rented for a day. Now, if you really think about the influencer world of business, there are not that many guys who actually like are really in the game. Like most of those guys sell something from their platform about building a platform. If you feel amazing, it's because you haven't moved up. You need to do harder things. Like you need to fight harder opponents. I think the moment you get to ego is the moment you stop growing, because you feel like you beat the level, but you just keep repeating the level rather than moving up, because there is a harder boss and they just haven't faced it yet. I get comments from people who are like, love your humility, Alex. And like, I don't think I'm that humble of a guy, being real, at least internally in my own head. But I am reminded daily of my inadequacy on the business game, because like right now we've moved up a level in terms of like now we're doing deals. Now we're investing in companies. We're taking on big risk. We're writing checks, like another level of the game than just owning. Not to say that owning one business and growing it is not hard. It absolutely is a different kind of hard. But like I'm getting into this game and I'm absolutely the small fish. Like Warren Buffett made $90 billion on the trade he made in Apple in 2020. One move, right? And so I'm like, I am entering into a game. Like, how could I say that I'm good? Like, even if I was exceptional, it's still going to take 20 years to prove it. So like, I can't say anything. You can't both say that you cannot admit deficits and say you're awesome at the same time, in my opinion. Like, I can't say like, I suck at all these things and then also be like, I'm the best. Like, you can't do it. You either like, you suck at all these things. And I think it's the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is like, the more you learn about something, the more you realize you don't know. And so I think that if you have a tiny subset of things that you are studying and a tiny subset of people you're comparing yourself to, then it's really easy to feel awesome about yourself. But if you compare yourself to, I compare myself every day to Warren Buffett. And like, him and Munger are like my heroes, mostly because the way they lived life and what they like, just everything about the way they lived is something that I just love. I entered communities as I was coming up and was like, wow, everyone here is bigger than me. And then I was able to, through achievement, rise through that. And then I lost context with that group. And so I think there's just more free agency of friendship that happens on your climb up because you're just moving between strata more frequently than it is that if I settled at one of these levels, then I would eventually find all the people at that rung. But if you're constantly on the move up the mountain, then more of that is in transitionary period on the climb. And it's only a problem if you'd hate it. I don't. It just is that way. And that's fine.